I think I just like when you're like labels. Where it's down there, like not that I'm not fancy enough to know what it is.
Like cast iron?
Go to the actual site. Very good. Also, I would got some sort of fillet that had like one crab on top. I'm trying to change a few things. It's wonderful. It's you know, there's like changes. Last time I tried it in some media. You ever try to burst steering? Includes it, from first, yeah. Slowly bring it up to your desired shuttle temperature of the blood. I tried out. I do that with smoker, so I get a long EC2 air. Then, once you're there, you throw it up, like a crazy hot cast iron and then syrup. And you've got this steak that's been brought up to your first temperature, seared for complete, perfect. They also like cheap, right? Still very good.
It's only the way it makes it better.
Anything, we don't have that on our lunch.
I don't know.
I'd rather add. I'm only there, also know we have to go less. This sounds like. We have a coil still. Fine and full.
No, so we have like
I'm just trying to put a replacement.
You pull it one wall off or like.
See a little bend under it. I just try to find a place.
Oh, I
Like
can do
the-
Study it. That's like
So it's flat.
And I've had strange bugs. I have made it, don't get me wrong, but it was at like the folk festival in Huntsville when I was a child. Never had it that I've made before, that's right.
I mean, I don't. I prefer my candy pot.
Okay, let's start our web programming class. So if you remember our last lab, so we work on the a page, a web page. Let me open it. So I just like we have a button, and then just like increment, decrement, and then I asked you, can you change the use effect? Like the handle is the use state to change the value, or like if I don't want to let the value decrease like below 0. So what are you going to do? Okay. And if we go back to the to the PowerPoint, so we do have like showing how to handle an event. So sometimes we have a button called on click. So that's we use for the buttons. And right here for the lab, and then we will introduce one more thing, like how to create a new file instead of like change the app.js. Then we also need to create a new files because we need to create different components and build it. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover, and how can we, and because in the assignment, we also work on the form. So I will let you to create a new one. So if you can try to make I just put everything together, but right here, actually I import two different functions, like the one kick me and the name right here. So you need to create a file in the lab. So that's what we're going to do. And later we, if we have enough time, then I will talk about, because right here we talk about what's a hook. So also the one we are using is using the use state, and then sometimes we use the use effect. We already use one of it. Another one is like when we like in the development. So what we're going to cover is called the life cycle. So we are always like working together. So when we load a page, so always when we always like mounting something, that means that before we loading the web page, there's certain data we have to load before we see it. So we need to do it. And then sometime when we click on the picture, or like when the server update the content, then we need to update our view. So also we have the phrase called the updating. So later when you finish then we need to unmount. That means like we move like certain content because we do not need it. So that's what we need to do. And I already upload some example code like included here. If you see the week 5, week 5 right here, I already upload. There's some sample code right here, so you can refer to. So I include all this will be using the use effect. So use effect is that I try to upload the data to the server, like if I connect to the API server, or I need to like post the data to my own server, then this I'm using the use effect to handle it. Okay. Yeah. Let me change the font size. Let me change it. So let me take the. Okay, the large part of it, so you can see. Right here you will see the use effect. Like we call the function called fetch. So I will connect to the like some API server, or when we create the API server, and we can get data, send a request, post, like update, delete any API request. That's what we are going to do. And that's like called the state. And the next one will be something we also cover what's the router, because once we create a page, we are not only create one page. So let's say we have the home page, sometimes we have the some other content, sometimes we will create let's say contact us, about us, like for the maybe if I create an online shop, then I have multiple pages. So when we're doing that, then we need to redirect to other pages. Then how can we set up the router? So we need to import the called the browser router, and also route, switch, or link to switch to different. Normally from the app.js is the index page. So it's like when we load the our React.js, we always go to app.js. And in the app.js, most of the time we were using a router. So using a route, then we will set, let's say I have a home page. This like is the default page, and then we have other pages. Then we can switch it. So we'll be right here. And in the lab, so I will let you try to include all these. Okay, so we'll be right here. So you can see the router, and the router we will set the path, the link. So here will be the link. Switch is okay. I'm setting it from my default, so it will be the home page is the home JS, and if I using the path like about, so I will connect to the component is the JS file. So it's got a function name too, and when we click on it, that's what we link to it. Okay. All this you will have a practice, like try to add all this in your function. And also sometimes we will have another one called the contents, the like theme contents, and then we can create and then set different theme, light, dark. It's like right now it's light, then I'll switch to dark, or like if I'm current is dark, then I switch to light. That's how we're going to do. So we can trigger. So that's how we set the CSS, or like right now, nowadays pretty common. We have the like the dark or light to follow the system. That's how we use based on the content. Okay. As a follow-up, if like for better to practice, if you still remember, we have the pages. Last time here's the one of the example. You can put one line syntax, and also once the pops is called alert. So let you to modify. One thing is like once I add the button called click me. Okay, I'll change it. So if first thing, if you can change, it's like if I decrease, okay, I'm not allowed, but this time increase is fine. But when I decrease by 0, I will pop out a message. The count is 0. Try to do this first. So I have a called that. This one is called alert. When it's a pop out, it's alert. So when you detect count is 0, they pop out the alert. When you click on it, it's 0. So I stop it. Okay, click OK. Go back to 1 and then decrease is still okay. Go back to 0. Okay. And click me. This one is that I need to let you to implement that to get the value. Let's say I increase to 4, and then you click me. Then you should pass the value. So where's the current value right now? So why not this one by default? So try to change it. Say let's say the button was clicked, and tell me what's the current value. So that's what you're going to do in this lab, and try to use the pops. We need to pass the value, and then we need to set the state. Based on state. Yeah, okay. So you can practice and try to do this. So first one is pretty easy. Just like when we decrease by 0, because you already set the condition, this time with the alert. So based on the source code I'm showing you right here, alert. So it's like this. So alert will be have a pops up. So it's the alert function. So let's see how can you integrate with this one. If it goes to 0, then we can do it. Okay. Do you know what are you going to do? Yeah. Yeah. All this. Yeah. So you're talking about this. So thank you.
Yeah, this is a very. So, university.
Yeah, it wasn't like up there, it's something like that. I haven't really learned that too much of it. Every time I'm just really thinking, every time I'm just stop living, I'm starting to understand. Okay, so then every time I change my Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, okay, yeah, also. And just maybe to explore the content like this is the which is like the decision. So make sure I know the Mr. University. Yeah. Yeah, so it's when you see the yeah.
That's just like, I did see that.
And they have an index of okay. Yes.
In the.
Yeah.
Should it be rather be here or?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I started.
Yeah.
No, yeah, yeah.
So.
If somebody might be here. Oh, yes, we're already.
We were the very bottom file. Oh. It's kind of it's also, I don't know if you also want to.
Yeah, because they think so. Sometimes so I would online my work. Should like stand the tutorial. This out. Show my One more thing, that's the one. So you know, this one's got big backgrounds to red sunlight. A bit long ways to space.
Nice and easy.
That's really like the.
You just copy that exactly into.
So that's why. Access. I'm using, this is through.
Yes.
The one I meant to do is read it. Thanks. No, I.
But I remember when we were shooting for.
So we are.
I mean, I managed to bring it before I sent it, but I wonder, it's like, how many times have I accidentally sent it, not noticing that I'm free?
That is so. Also, we. And we try to get all the. I like that you. Put it on email or like just.
Oh.
No, let's say you put it on this file. So if it pops out sometimes. We get the copies like, basically, you said you copy and. Before you mail it. Those, the kind of run that. But this one said. And then we. How do I get it? So that any. It's like, this how it works. Yeah, and once you modify, or then remove the native file, and then we move it and then modify. So engines,
Do I have to, if I already know just mention that you include if I ever do?
yeah, you don't have to do that. We don't do box, yeah. We have to do it.
Okay, and that's,
Yeah, there are both your files.
yeah, so.
You did have one on the ask.
I just have this first also.
Okay, so this one, the length, yeah, the length.
Right.
I will, then you can use the, yes, if not, then you need to put a complete.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, ever since I was in middle school, I had files, I think, I like having 30 posters or something. Yeah, it was a one of the worst. Yeah, my friends were really good because I still down the having the floor.
All mine are very kind of consumption.
Okay. Dude, I used to go this week. Like, I hear
Very
the assumption.
One stuff coming out that you don't want to.
For the JS, copy and paste that into the, like, here I have JS and copy and paste. We put out
Oh, right now,
So that's what I'm saying.
so I want to let you.
We'll go to app.js, here I have.
So we are talking about. That he's, we are using that section and then it's in check.
Yes. So we have, except that we basically changed it to where you can't. You can pass below 0, which we need to change it out. 90 is where.
Basically, I'm pretty sure. Just preventing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the sign. It's literally just a button to create a button.
Basically, the goal is, it's gonna, it's a button that's missing. And it will say the correct value. But now we'll just have per se, yeah, we're just trying.
Now that is going to go You made it.
No, like
Not there.
like always,
Oh, you made it.
yeah. Like make a GUI project. I did that. Made sure I'm opening the side of the other. So like I have like my React project and the chat with them, and that's like cool. Or open the same file.
And see, then you gotta get like 80 for the output.
And they- Like,
Then like.
Once you finish it, it's just like. Oh, okay. So I would like to see. So right here. Okay, so if you look at my source code right here from the app.js, actually I called two, I import two files. One's called the my button and one's the name form right here. Okay, it may be too small. Forms. Okay, so just letting you know right here I call it and then I will try to pass the value. Okay, too small. Okay, tiny. Yeah. Let me change the forms.
Increase that size.
I always,
Yeah.
and I had to be the difference. Like, I was just see, I was like, I was like, no.
I was so glad you would say stuff about it because I didn't.
Let me see, let me see the. Zoom.
So I kind of push them sometimes.
I think that's. It's also something you mentioned, I also. Say what the company is trying to do.
Give me a sec. Okay. So right here, FJS. So I enlarge it. So right here, you will see I will call to FJS, and you will see right here I have a form JS and then my button. So I create two separate JS file. Okay. 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 So after I create two files, you should able to that's like our first part of our lab. Okay. Okay, so
I mean, it's.
okay.
So where are two files we create called my button and?
For the file names, okay. Here's a slight one thing you need to be aware of is like the file name can be it can be different with your function name, but when we import, we always like follow the we need to use the function name for importing in JS. So you see right here, I use the capital, and then the file name will be right here, small letter. So when we import, here's the file name, but this one is the function. Okay, so that's why here I put the same. You can put the file name, exactly same as a function name. Or if you have a different file name, it's okay. But when we import, remember to use the function name right here. So you can see the form.js, I use the name form. So when we import, putting in the FJS, it should be name form. And how we import it, just like use the arrow right here and then slash. Just like this. Then we can import the, okay. So if you put everything together, you will see like they looks like it's still in the same page, but actually we are combining three files to the original FJS, and then we importing two different files together. Okay. And to those, if you are not yet have an alert, then you need to finish the implementing. Okay. If I one second.
When you turn on my stuff, so file in my bus.
And then.
So it has. Yeah. Secure the file. I'm doing something before. before it actually gets done. Have you seen the function? It's based after a nuclear war. Yeah. It's centuries after the nuclear war. I played ball once. I have all of them, most of them except for Ball Brothers too, which is terrible. Yeah, Ball Brothers are a lot harder than the other games. Also way different. It's not. The Japanese ones are like this. They improve quickly.
Oh, wait, I don't know. This is the same one.
On my button.js,
Okay,
where you left your cursor, it brought up a little message that covered up some of the code.
Can we see the file?
yes, sure. My button, okay, right here. Okay. So, I'll let you try. Okay, you follow the code and I will explain, what we are doing right now. Okay. Okay, so suppose 105, when I click on it, so we get the current value is 5. And decrease. And then when we wait for the life cycle update, it's not yet updated. Okay, so one more time. It passes, so it's 4 right now. Okay.
It's not. You have to follow it.
Okay.
So.
What's that?
Currently still on, taking my foot as well.
Okay.
Because the import statement.
Okay, so that's. So when we find it, so we just do the single tap. Okay, and okay, refresh. Okay, then next, here I will explain what it's doing, but if you want, you can add that one more step form. So, actually, it's one more chart. The next one is I will do. And another is the form. So the form, you use the information. So you will, so we select the parent, so the parent line is and click on changes and then we format. And so once it is any form, like the form. Yeah. So if you hit one of them, I will do anything, but if you can give your start challenge. Yeah, like let's say.
So you have, like a text, so you can type it in, it's like the text. And then the child, and you want to type back.
Yeah, some people mistakes, I think. Okay.
So
Yeah.
So you have a separate JavaScript file for that specific button.
Yes.
You import that into.
To that JS. Yes. Okay.
So you're not, you wouldn't be able to do that within that. Or you're just, it's easier, or it's better to have it.
Different, because like for the practice, we are not putting anything in the one single file. Yeah, so like something like this, why we should have component mix. So for one file, sometimes I only send it right now. One certain content, and let's say I want to many, like have a many, I can create it. So in different pages, there's import this menu. So I can use. So if I use.
I'm just.
Yeah, it's convenient.
I intended to
But
look at.
I that's the thing.
Create a new file.
It's not a big deal.
Because, my.
So we was actually, today's I let you break down the component files. And these are practice examples of passing the value, so
We
we
go to.
and the states are how we pass
Very
value.
Under the
It
import,
becomes,
you're gonna enter where you're gonna import.
And actually, for
And then
form, I have advanced time. So for like calculation, it's like,
From
if you for the single one that I mentioned, you will see I have the main form, but either.
my button, and then the
I have example.
Their import.
I give you.
That's
So
the
you can
format for
use it,
importing.
but you need more.
function from.
We turn away,
So now
I'm
at the
not
very
really
bottom,
by this part, now.
you're gonna, you
I
have
like
to
to
return.
return how can you. Yes, actually. Oh,
Under the button.
I know of your components.
Increment,
So if you are like, if you can finish more than that.
under there, you're gonna do.
Then you
General guide,
how can I return a child also?
my button,
But for that, I will, cover it.
it's going to be.
Any,
So that is calling the function. Yes.
That's something. Just make sure.
Make sure it's imported.
so you already create them. Yeah, you should start the information and how to be.
We have like CSS, because
I'd be doing a little bit of this actually now, but-
CSS file.
Yeah.
Before that CSS.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh.
Thoughts? Working?
It is working. Thank you very much.
But also you complete them.
I completely forgot. I was gonna like.
CSS file. CSS, replacing stuff.
I was looking at it a few days from now.
Replace everything, take all.
I started trying to listen to.
Okay, now one day. There we go. No, it's right. But yeah. It's all the same.
My Sunday was fun. What's better?
Because for different locals, they have different way to handle. So we will.
Oh, I mean, I was walking.
Oh, so after you create, we need to come back.
Yeah,
One know from the.
See,
That's great.
That was
They were there?
like.
Could your chest hurt?
It's no, but you feel.
Also, like, we try to make the numbers like this.
I got. Let's say you do.
I started doing camel crushes. When they were doing it.
The only thing that
I started on mobile. And then I went to Camel. Now I'm over 27.
Are those the ones that you like the red and white box? Oh,
27. And that's what it counts.
Okay, my plan is, okay, that's how we're gonna do that for you.
You're gonna do the little chevron guy?
Yep. So we need those of us something. So he is meaning.
I'm talking one.
You have the separate file, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be my button forward slash. No.
So my button.
Okay, did you see right here? So when we okay, so I think most of you
Did you get it?
No.
So at the very top, it's gonna be input, my button.
okay. So I think most of them most of you already create. So when you create the my button, I think you are able to follow this step. That's like not so micro. So we only have a page. So we return a button. We have an on click which like to detect, and then we call the function called click handle. So we have a text called click me. So right here, when we click on it, so we will we're using the use state. We set the local value called count and set count. So this one is the local value. Okay. So when you click on it, so set count is the value using the use state to update the value count. And the pop is the value passing from the parent. The parents return the called count value right here. And this count value, you will see from the app.js, if you didn't retrieve the data, because you need to set the name, the variable. And then we pass the count is from the parent variable will be count from here. So I will pass this one to the count value. Okay. So that's how it works. Okay, but for this one, actually, we have a slightly issue. Like if it happened to me, it happens to me, it's like, okay, if I increase and use the click me, it's not yet updated. So what's the possible reason? What's the reason why it won't update? Anybody can guess the reason? Guess. Okay. But once it happened to me that when I click it one more time, it will update the value. Okay, here's a question left to you to answer it. Okay. And okay, I just asked the reason why when let's say I increase the value like by 6, and when I click on the button, click me right here, it's still 5. But I click it one more time, it's 6. Then why do I need to click it twice? Here's the problem using like function or handle click when we pass it and set count the value. So they can check. Okay. And here's like just the extra question to let you to answer it. And if right now, if you're working on the form, so you can look at this one, the form. So we have the value. So if you copy the form I gave you from the PowerPoint, okay, so you should able to get this one. So you are going to input, and when you click on the submit, I pop up the alert. So why not the name submitted is like this? Then I asking you to do one more thing, because when we try to import, like when we in the main app.js is the parent, and then we call 2 components like or 2 JS file, they are the child. In the my button, we try to pass the value from the parent to the child. From this time, I want to let you to try, how can I pass from the child, return the value back to the parent? Then once you like submit the form, not only the alert, but how can I return it to the main page? Can I change the welcome or like the syntax right here to the name you input? Or like I change the name to a message, let's say like this. Once you input, submit, then you can update it. So here's your task to do that. Do we get? If you, I remember it's under 4, right here, week 4 too. So here the form, example form right here. Yeah, I break it down into 2 parts so you can copy. And I think you have the, also I think I upload the example. If you check the example right here. So also if you use the example, if you go to the folder week 4, the week 4 example, so that's the text file. So also I put all the source code. I already upload all the source code under the week 4 example. So if you download it and open it, you will see all the source code right here. So you can copy the form. So the form is also right here. Okay. So you can copy the form from the PowerPoint or from the example code. Okay. What do you need? Which one? Info. MJS. For the returning value from the child to parent, I didn't give you the source code. So I just let you to practice stand back minutes. Okay. So if you're interested, you can spend some time to figure out how to do it right now. If no, you can wait for next lab. So I'll tell you how can we return the value. I will wait for a few more minutes. I will go through the CSS file and the hook. But are you all able to get the button, right? The button get a value. No,
You know what's the reason? It's not updated. Because you know that you will understand more about Android. And also, because I mentioned it, and I didn't mention we using a month updating. So when we one page.
That's really good.
Okay. Um. Right here I will talk about the JS. So the we declare the button, right? The buttons right here. So we have the class button. So the buttons that we include the font size, padding, border radius, and then the button, the background color, what's the color, and then cursor is the pointer. So everything we declare will be like this. If we need to modify the CSS file, if you have no idea, then we can do it like using inspect. So inspect is really good like tool we can use. So we can like check the button right here, then we can check the CSS. And with this, that is the corner. If I really want to make it like circle, and let's say I want to change to 20. So it's really wrong. Okay, I want to change the button to look like this. Then I change to 20, and then I will go to the app.css, the button, change it to 20 and save it. So after I refresh it, so all the button will be like really round corner. Okay, like this. Or like I want to change the color, the text. So we can do it right here. So here's the CS file. If you still remember, we talked about the class and ID. So we can access. So right here, the dot count. So with the font size like 2 rem, and then the margin is like 2 and 20. So we will see the count right here. So right here, inspect. So we will see, okay, so I can change the size. Maybe I can make it like larger, and then the margin is like, we have different, to define the margin. Actually we have the top, right, left. So if like this, left right, and if I change to let's say I want to change it to 20, 0, 30. No, 20. Everything on the Chrome is flexible. So after we change it, then we will see we will remove it the margin right. So if we need to like specifically modify certain content, then we can do it in this way, and then change it. So I can put it back to the CSCI. That's how we're going to do. And back to the question, why when we try to click on the button, on the app.js, like the button and load it, to I need to click twice, then my value updated. If you remember the life cycle, like a mounting update, when I pass the value to the my button.js, so it didn't load. So I need to wait for the click and update the value. So actually, if you know the operating system, when you know stack, when you know the value, so right here, my button, even we set the value, but the value we read is the previous value. So if we're not using the mounting, so we always are reading the previous, like the count value. So here we need to apply your knowledge about operating system. How should I manage like multitasking, also the value? So that's why then we need to think, how can we make sure, okay, I let you to fix it. If this is the first one, let you to fix it like after the class. So how can I make sure the value being updated every time when I click on it? If I cannot handle it with the on-click, then maybe I need to use another function. If you remember the life cycle, before I load it, maybe I need to read the value. Then before I click on the button to show it. So I cannot put the set count right here. Then how can I? The hints, you can use the mounting, then we can do it. And for the next lab, I will tell you how can we pass the value from the child to the parent. Right here, we already create the form. Okay, so we have the value. When we click on it, we already have an alert comes out. Okay, now how can I pass this value, the name, back to the parent? And maybe I put it right here in the paragraph. So if you're interested, you can try to work on it. If no, wait for next step. I will teach you how to do that. Okay. I think it's almost the time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because right now I create the video. I upload all my video to the YouTube. I will post it, but because I have limitation, YouTube. If you search my name right here, so you can see my logo right here. So I have the playlist. I try to add in all the videos, like all the classes right here. So you can check if you like, sometimes the content they mix up, so you can check it. But because I have the limitation like per day, so I need to wait for it. Okay.
You could also, I know a lot of people like for stuff too, like previous cloud recordings under Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom, yeah. Because I know some class I miss it, and I know some student they did record it before. So I will try to ask it to get those back. To those I forgot to record it. So I will upload it. Yeah. Okay. Also, I will post this link like when I think I only post around first 2 weeks. Yeah. So, but I have so many class. I already reached the limitation. So I will keep on posting, and I will post the link. Okay. Okay, and it will be. That's it for today's class. Thank you.